week 2. And now just a little bit of bodybuilding. So get my legs in it. Alright, what's up you guys? That was my before and after video. I was at, I think, 210.8, that first video. This morning I'm at 187.6. So I'm down 23.4 pounds, and I want to go over what I did and how I went about that. So to start things off, losing weight, it's not as hard as people think it is. Yes, there's a lot of science that goes into it, and me being a nerd, I love taking it to the next step, just because that's how I am as a person. I find a subject and I will dissect it and I will take it to the next step. So to lose weight, the main thing I focused on, the first main thing was to be in a caloric deficit. And for me, let me just put this for an example. Let's just say me as an example. I need 3,000 calories every single day to maintain my weight, correct? So I'm at 3,000 calories. If I'm eating below that number, let's say 2,500, my body needs to make up the extra 500 somehow, and it's going to start tapping into my fat storage to make sure it's fueling up my system somehow. So it goes into my adipose tissue, and it's going to use the triglycerides, the fat cells, for energy. Plain and simple. So if I'm in a caloric deficit, I'm going to lose weight. The second thing I focused on was making sure I'm consuming enough protein to make sure I am retaining most of my muscle mass. Yeah, if you guys have been following my Instagram, you can tell that my muscle mass is still pretty much there. The videos, I'm obviously losing circumference, so you will see that I am shrinking, but it looks like I'm maintaining a lot of my muscle mass. And a good way to indicate that you are retaining a lot of muscle mass is by making sure you're still staying strong. So that's going to leave me off with the next thing that I focused on. So first thing is caloric deficit. That's it. Make sure you're eating below your metabolic rate and burn through some fat, plain and simple. Second one is you need to do resistance training. Resistance training is a lot more beneficial than cardio is. And without going into too much detail, main reason being is because if you're doing resistance training, you're going to retain your muscle mass. Our body likes to work on a use it or lose it mechanism, so we're meant for survival purposes. With that being said, if you're not using your muscle, you're going to lose it. And muscle tissue itself is a good way to keep your metabolism up. Okay, so resistance training. With resistance training, you're causing damage within your muscle. You're causing micro tears. You are exhausting your CNS. You are creating a lot of metabolic metabolites. Anything that goes into resistance training, right? So your metabolism is going to raise up anywhere between 24 to 36 hours after you do 1 day of resistance training. So your metabolism is high for another day to a day and a half. When you do cardio, specifically list cardio, your metabolism will raise up to 12 to 18 hours. That's it. So as you can tell, resistance training, you're already favoring your metabolism a lot more than list is, or cardio, steady state cardio. Those are the two things I focused on. The third thing would be consistency. That's it. There really is nothing else other than that. It's just consistency. So having it all planned out on paper, it could be all fine and whatever, like you're good to go, but without actually being consistent, going striving towards your goal, you will not achieve it. So just consistency. Yes, there was days I messed up. There's days I don't undereat. I eat a lot. There's days that I messed up, and then I got back on the wagon and I made sure I was progressing. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to make these videos too long because I just don't want to make them too long. I do want to give out more information, and I do want to not necessarily really document what I'm doing because I don't want to document all of it, but I do want to keep giving out information. So 3 things: caloric deficit, protein. What else? Caloric deficit, protein, resistance training. For me, I did 4 days a week. You could get away with anywhere between 3 to 5. It all comes down to how you're structuring your program, or how much time you have on your hands as well. So I mentally like 4. I don't like anything less, and I don't like anything more. I like being in and out of the gym quickly, honestly. I'll leave it at that because my brain's racing on programming. And then the third one's consistency. Every single day, track your damn food. I use a scale. I weigh all my food out. I get my calories in for the day. Doesn't matter how my meals are spaced out. I just get all my calories in for the day, all my protein, and then I keep dropping fat slowly but surely. I'll leave it at that. By the way, I just made a website, so make sure you guys go check it out. It's maxedoutphysiques.com. I'll leave it in the description somewhere on the bottom. Go check it out. If you guys do need help, if you even have any questions, I have a Facebook Messenger button on there. Click on it, ask me anything fitness related. I'll be more than happy to educate you. And yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching.